Okay, so there's this. Do we have a gun problem in this country, or do we have a mental health problem in this country? Every American should own a gun and know how to use it, because no matter how many gun laws they pass, bad guys are still going to get their hands on guns. The gun ain't jumping up and shooting itself. So that's your solution, Adam? More guns? Yes. More guns in the right people's hands will stop these crazy, mentally unstable, bad people from doing bad things. Yes. Also, guys, I'm going out on...
All right, time to set the record straight. This is why we look things up when we see people posting information. Please do the same for me. I may be wrong. It's good to be corrected, just to be clear. So I looked up each of these, right, as examples. And I also looked up some statistics as far as if trans people are more likely to do these things compared to other groups of people. All right, starting from the top, the Denver shooter, trans. Correct, confirmed, indeed. Same thing with the Aberdeen shooter, same thing with the Nashville one. No on the Georgia one, falsely claimed, just so we know. As a matter of fact, he was anti-trans. So the Philadelphia one, nope as well. Also misinformation there. The Iowa one, unconfirmed apparently, but still misinformation spread about them. I forgot to talk about the Colorado and Minnesota ones. Minnesota, yes, trans. Colorado one, very interesting. Looks like anti-trans and LGBTQ community. See, I'm trying to. Up until being caught in prison, and all of a sudden they're they, them. So, interesting one there. It sounds like they were using that as more of a defense rather than it being an actual fact. The Uvalde shooter, also not trans. More misinformation spread there. So now we're looking at about a half-half split here. You know what's kind of funny? Nowadays, at our fingertips, we have information at our disposal. So you can look things up, right? And then you can cross-reference them. And you can now use AI to help you do that. You can look at the links and follow those, and you can research and research and research. And yes, even though I have found that there seems to be an uptick on shooters who happen to be trans, this is still largely a cisgendered man-dominated field by far. So hold that thought for a second, because from here we can kind of go all over the place. So I'm going to try to stay focused. 1. Why paint the picture that it is more transgender people who do these things, even though statistically you can look it up, because the numbers do show that if anything, transgender people are more likely to be victims of violent crimes rather than perpetrators. And we all know that, right? I mean, for decades, they couldn't even come out as being trans without fear of violence or some sort of retribution. We all know this, and we can look that up as well. So why paint trans people as a violent, unbalanced person? Why? And I ask this question rhetorically, and also I actually mean it. I'm very curious what you think about this, because the short answer is bigotry, right? If you make them look bad, people will rally against them, even again if they are the victims. Just look at Kristallnacht. Look at Hitler and the Jews and what he did. I saw a propaganda video of the Jewish people back in the day from Nazi Germany. Didn't paint a pretty picture of the Jewish people. I'll just say. And then we all know what happened after that. Second thought, gun control. This is an interesting topic. I have mixed feelings about what he said about it, because he says things that I think are more or less salient points, but he mixes them in with bigoted points. He's right. There is a mental illness issue in this country. And I do believe if you were to solve that, or at least mitigate it as much as you can, it would probably lower gun violence in our country, for sure. I can't deny that. But again, he paints these people as mentally unstable because they wanted to become a different gender, rather than identifying, hey, mental illness is a big problem in our country, period, and it spans multiple personality types and situations. Now, does this mean that we don't need gun control? I don't believe so. I don't want to tangent too much off that, but I just want to say I do agree with the mental illness part to a point. Okay, again, I am not talking from a position above you. I am right there with you. I just want to pose to you, I want to set the record straight. It can be statistically verified that this information this man is trying to perpetuate is just not true. He did cherry pick the ones that are, but not even completely so. So, as one man to another, I just want to say be careful out there. From me, from him, from anybody, look it up. Look it up. There's nothing wrong with being a redneck man with a gun. There's nothing wrong with being a trans person with a gun. These alone are not factors that contribute to the statistic. People are nuanced. People are, I think, generally good. So if you see a man like this, try to paint a picture. Keep that in mind. All right. I'll let you go. Let me know what you think, and we'll talk later.